Right, here we have an FTX Carnage, one of the more popular cars, nitro cars, at the moment, I would say, in the lower end of the market. Which is why we're going to have a look at the end part, or the whole part, but as well as just the end part, because I've done part of the run and end process, and we're going to look at tuning an FTX Carnage, because a lot of you lot are getting them and having issues. So let's work through those, shall we? So as I said, I need to complete the end part of running in. So I've done 2 tanks of fuel on tick over. I've got another tank loaded up in there. Start her up and get her going, and then we'll skip on to the tuning part. So there she is, running there now quite happily on a tick over, quite high. I'll do that one last tank through there, a whole tank of fuel, one tick over like that, and then we'll go and do some tuning. And obviously she doesn't want to run today, but I'll sort that out, don't worry about that. You stick around a minute. Right, so now that's done, I've put another tank in there, and we need a flathead screwdriver, because you need to adjust the low speed needle, which is this one here, and the high speed needle, which is this one here. And we need to adjust those. You normally start with the high speed needle first, and once you get that one more or less where you want it to be, you then start adjusting the low speed for fine tuning on the low end, because the high speed also has some effect on the low end as well as the high end and the mid range. So we'll do that now. You might not be able to hear me very well when it's running, but I'll try my best to make you hear me. I'll also have a camera on my head, and we'll go from there. The first thing you want to do is get it nice and warm. Run it up and down a few times, get it warm. Go no more than about a quarter throttle. Now she's nice and warm, what you need to do is turn the high speed needle inwards, clockwise, around about a quarter of a turn, if that. Obviously she doesn't like running when she's that rich, but we'll soon sort that out, don't worry about that. Now we've got the high speed turned in about a quarter of a turn. She's a lot nippier than she was before. As you can see now, it's a lot nippier than it was before, with just a quarter turn on the high speed needle. Still doesn't really like ticking over, but we'll sort that out at the end of the process of tuning. So now we just need to turn a high speed in another quarter of a turn, and you keep turning it in until it starts to run lean, and you'll know when it runs lean because it will start to be a bit sluggish, and it'll also make like a giggity noise, a bit like that Quagmire out of American Dad or Family Guy. That's the one, Family Guy. Anyway, let's do a little bit more turning on those needles and see where we get. I might adjust you slightly so you can see a little bit better. Is that better for you? Probably. It might be a little bit too lean now. Just richen it up slightly. Now we've got the high speed set more or less where we want it, roughly. We can start leaning out the low speed needle. That's now a little bit too lean on it now. Yeah, it's probably too lean now. That's better. Maybe a little bit too low on that tick over. We'll get there, we'll get there. So we need to turn that in a little bit. I don't know whether you can see that, hopefully you can. Turn that in slightly. I think we've got the tune more or less where we need it. Might have to do a small adjustment on that still. I think it's more or less there though. So what you want it to come, when you stop, you want it to come down to a nice tick over and not cough or splutter. So you come down like that. You've got a nice tick over, it settles down nicely. There's no messing around there, it just settles down and starts to tick over. And then when you want to go again, you should be able to just pin it and it will just go. Ready? That's what you want. So you lot, to reiterate slightly what I've done here. What we did, we started her up, we got her nice and warm.
Once we've got the engine nice and warm, by running up and down or leaving it to stick over, whatever you want to do, it'll warm up quicker if you drive it up and down. And then we started to adjust the high speed needle, which is this one here, turning it inwards clockwise direction about a quarter of a turn each time. You can do less of a turn if you want, depending on what sort of experience you've got, I suppose. Just turn it a quarter of a turn, you'll be fine, until you notice it'll get faster every time, and then when you notice it starts to get a bit sluggish, starts to make weird noises, and just basically a bit hesitant sometimes, and the smoke trails less, then you turn it anti-clockwise another sort of quarter of a turn, or back a little bit, just a gnat's cock to get it where you need it to be. And then you make sure you want to keep constant trail of smoke all the time. If there's not much smoke, it's probably a bit too lean. Keep it nice and smoky. You want a long trail of smoke on full throttle all the time. And then we went around, started to adjust the low speed needle in there. Once you turn that in a quarter of a turn each time, you'll notice that won't need much of an adjustment. That'll just need a few little tweaks to get that where that needs to be, and then you'll be all right. The tick over will go up and down when you're tuning. That's why you sort the tick over after you've tuned, unless it goes drastically high, and then you need to lower it a little bit during tuning process. But you mess around with the tick over after you've tuned, because tuning the engine with the higher and the low speed needles will make the tick over sway low or high, depending. And normally it will go lower with a richer mixture and higher with a leaner mixture. Hopefully we got that sorted out. Hopefully this helped you get your Carnage running to the optimum performance that it can be, but only you can do that. Every engine is different, so although it is the same engine, it will definitely be different to this one. So use this as a guide, and now you know what to do. Just keep playing around with it, and once you've got it set, forget about it. Don't get bogged down with perfect tune.
Too lean now. Far too lean. Well, unfortunately, my GoPro ran out of battery. It's an old GoPro, so the batteries are crap on it. But yeah, nice one, you lot. Thanks for watching. I hope that helped you out. I hope now, if you have any questions, by the way, just ask questions, put them in the comments, because if I don't see them or don't help you, other people will, and we can all learn from each other. But if you have any questions specifically related to the Carnage, running in and tuning, just ask them. But you can ask questions about anything, and we'll all help you anyway. I'll help as much as I can. So, but yeah, hope I made that nice and easy for you, and I'll catch you on the next one. All the best. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your Nitro car, whether it's a Carnage or whatever it may be.
the principles go for all nitro engines within reason. So enjoy what you've got, find yourself a nice car park, go and set it all up, and yeah, I'll catch you later on. Thanks for watching. Ciao for now. Love life. Stick around. See you later.